73 years. For 73 years, the Titanic was a ghost, a legend whispered on the wind, lost to the dark, crushing depths of the North Atlantic. On April 15, 1912, the unsinkable ship met its icy fate, taking more than 1,500 souls with it. Then, in 1985, a team led by Robert Ballard and Jean-Louis Michel finally pierced the veil of the abyss. They found her, broken but majestic, resting nearly 2.5 miles below the surface. What they discovered was a haunting time capsule, a silent testament to a night of unimaginable tragedy. But the story didn't end there. The Titanic's discovery opened a new chapter, one of exploration, science, and a race against time. What secrets has the wreck revealed since then? And what is the state of this iconic vessel today as it slowly returns to the elements from which it was forged? Join us as we dive deep once more to witness the final fading moments of the RMS Titanic. The Titanic lies in two main pieces, separated by about 1/3 of a mile of debris. The bow section, surprisingly, landed relatively intact. It plowed into the seabed with such force that it buried its nose deep in the mud, preserving parts of the hull from the relentless ocean currents. Even today, you can make out the anchor chains, the forecastle deck, and the telemotor on the bridge, where the final fateful orders were given. This section is the most recognizable, the ghost of the grand ship we all know from photographs. The stern section, however, tells a much more violent story. It appears to have cartwheeled as it sank, twisting and imploding under the immense pressure. The metal is mangled, peeled back like a tin can. It's a chaotic ruin, a stark visualization of the immense forces that tore the ship apart. For decades, this destruction was a puzzle. How could a ship built of solid steel break so dramatically? The answer lay in the debris fields scattered between the two main sections. Littered with thousands upon thousands of artifacts, from personal belongings like leather shoes and unopened champagne bottles to huge chunks of the ship itself. Early expeditions meticulously mapped this field, and in doing so, they rewrote the story of the sinking. Survivors had always reported that the ship broke in two before it sank. But official inquiries dismissed this, claiming it went down in one piece. The evidence on the seafloor proved the survivors right. The wreckage confirmed without a doubt that the Titanic snapped between the third and fourth funnels. But why? Further studies of steel samples recovered from the wreck revealed a shocking vulnerability. The steel used in 1912 was high in sulfur, making it brittle in the frigid waters of the Atlantic. When the iceberg hit, the steel didn't bend. It shattered like glass. The rivets were another weak point. The ship's Achilles heel wasn't just one thing, but a fatal combination of design, materials, and a bit of bad luck. For many years, exploration was about documenting the wreck and recovering artifacts for preservation and public display. But in recent decades, the focus has shifted. A new, and perhaps more formidable, force is at work on the Titanic: nature itself. The ship is being consumed. Deep-sea currents, salt corrosion, and metal-eating bacteria are slowly but surely dissolving the wreck. A specific type of rust-forming bacteria, aptly named *Halomonas titanici*, is feasting on the ship's iron hull. These bacteria create enormous icicle-like formations called rusticles, which hang from every surface. While they look solid, they are incredibly fragile and porous. As they grow, they convert the ship's solid iron into a fine powder, literally eating it away. Scientists estimate that these microbes consume hundreds of pounds of iron every single day. The decay is alarmingly rapid. Comparing footage from Ballard's first dives in the 80s to high-definition imagery captured in recent years shows a shocking rate of deterioration. The crow's nest, from where lookout Frederick Fleet famously shouted, "Iceberg, right ahead," has completely vanished. The forward mast has collapsed. The promenade deck on the starboard side is caving in, and Captain Smith's iconic stateroom, with its recognizable bathtub, is being swallowed by the decaying deck above it. The beautiful gymnasium roof has fallen away. Every new expedition reveals another piece of the ship gone forever. It's a poignant and irreversible process. The Titanic is not a static monument. It's a dynamic, decaying ecosystem, a final slow-motion sinking that is happening right before our eyes. Experts predict that within the next few decades, the main superstructure could collapse entirely, leaving little more than a pile of corroded metal on the ocean floor. The unsinkable ship is, in its own way, sinking again. This accelerated decay has sparked a fierce debate. Should we preserve the Titanic, or let nature take its course? On one side, some argue for non-invasive documentation only. They believe the site is a maritime grave and should be respected as such, left undisturbed. The idea of intervening feels like a desecration of a memorial to the more than 1,500 people who lost their lives. The ocean has claimed the Titanic, and we should be content to simply be its witness. On the other side of the argument are those who believe in salvage and preservation. They argue that if we do nothing, the ship and all its historical information will be lost forever. Recovering artifacts, they say, allows us to study them, preserve them, and share them with the public in museums, ensuring the story of the Titanic and its passengers is never forgotten. Companies like RMS Titanic Inc. have legally recovered thousands of items, from a massive 17-ton section of the hull to delicate porcelain dishes, arguing they're rescuing history from oblivion. This debate pits maritime archaeology against gravesite preservation, and there are passionate, valid arguments on both sides. Meanwhile, technology continues to open new windows into the wreck. Modern submersibles equipped with 4K and 8K cameras are capturing the Titanic in breathtaking detail. Advanced sonar and photogrammetry techniques allow scientists to create incredibly precise 3D models of the entire wreck site. It's like having a digital twin of the Titanic. This allows researchers to study the decay without even touching the ship, to monitor changes over time, and to virtually explore areas that are too dangerous or fragile for a submersible to enter. These digital models have also helped solve lingering mysteries. For example, by analyzing the scatter pattern of the debris field in high resolution. Researchers are getting a clearer picture of the ship's final moments and the exact angle and speed at which it hit the seabed. We've even been able to identify personal items and link them back to specific passengers, adding a powerful human dimension to the cold scientific data. It's a race to digitally preserve the ship before the physical structure is gone for good. One of the most profound discoveries wasn't about the ship at all, but about the life that now calls it home. The Titanic has become an artificial reef, teeming with a surprising amount of deep-sea life. Anemones, crabs, shrimp, and various species of fish have colonized the wreck. But it's the microbial life that is truly rewriting the textbooks. Studying asterisk holomonas, Titanici asterisk, and other extremophiles living on the wreck is providing incredible insights into how life can thrive in extreme environments, freezing temperatures, and immense pressure. These organisms could have applications in everything from bioremediation using microbes to clean up oil spills to the development of new medicines. In a strange twist of fate, the ship of death has become a cradle of life, a unique deep-sea laboratory that could hold keys to our own future. The Titanic's legacy is no longer just about the past. It's also about the cutting edge of science. So, what is the future of the Titanic? The physical wreck is doomed. It's a battle against physics and biology that cannot be won. The iron will continue to rust, the decks will collapse, and eventually, the ship's iconic silhouette will melt back into the ocean floor, leaving only a rust-colored stain and a field of scattered memories. But the story of the Titanic will not disappear with it. Through the artifacts we've recovered, the stories we continue to tell, and the incredible digital models we are now creating, its legacy is being preserved for generations to come. The wreck is a solemn memorial, a scientific marvel, and a powerful reminder of human ambition and fallibility. It teaches us about engineering, about class structures of the early 20th century, about human behavior in a crisis, and about the relentless power of nature. The ship itself may be fading, but its story is more vivid and more important than ever. It continues to captivate us, to haunt us, and to teach us. And in that way, the RMS Titanic, the ship of dreams, truly is unsinkable. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the Titanic's final chapter. It's a story that continues to evolve even over a century later. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of our world. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.